MEPHONE4, our beloved little blue phone that either everyone absolutely hates or is their favorite character in Inanimate Sanity. There's no in between. This is probably the most controversial character in Inanimate Sanity. Not like bad controversy, just like in the speaking way of like, you know, like problems and why are you this way, but also at the same time this way, what is wrong with you? And it's kind of easy to see, but whatever, I need to rant and I need content for this channel, so whatever. Comment in the comments what you want me to make a video about, because I have zero ideas. But MEPHONE4, what's his problem, what's his story, and why is he... I don't even know. To figure out what's wrong with MEPHONE4, we have to go back to the memories that we see in episode 14? Yeah, 14. I think it's 14. Maybe 13. I forgot. I don't really care. We're looking at his memories, we can see the fact of what is wrong with this dear phone. We see that, well, for one, that Cobbs has not the mental capacity to be a parental figure to anyone, actually. He's selfish, manipulative, and just very overall kind of a brat to everyone around him. Even people he just meets in some of the other episodes when he's just rude to the contestants overall. It's not really someone you want to be around, especially for being raised by them. He's just born and is now put into a room with this absolute demon of a father. Now, there's not much wrong with Cobbs, at least for now, until we see the horrid murder of Meepad. May he rest in peace. But what's really wrong here is how badly Cobbs is, like, he doesn't give the gratitude or like support to a child that they would need in their years of coming up. Yes, half this video is about MEPHONE4 having daddy issues. That's unrelated though. Basically, a huge thing that I don't really see be talked about with MEPHONE4 is that the fact of just like this specific scene when he's trying to create a tree. Let me just play it.
On your set, get ready, tree! I always did like that blue.
Hey, I'm blue.
I'd only give it to the best. By the end of the day, I'm expecting a spaceship.
You see that Cobbs, he isn't like, let's go, jumping for joy, but you see what he is happy about. He's creating something. Even if it's not perfect, he's making progress. He's making progress. At least as long as he's getting his tasks done, or at least trying to, he's happy. But the thing that's the problem with that is you see in the next scene, this one.
They're really going for it.
Oh, come on, you're so close.
I don't remember putting this trash on.
It's not trash. It's reality TV. Look, they're really going for it.
They're really going for it.
So, I presume you finished your tasks and are awaiting new ones?
Of course I did. Calm your husk.
Unfortunately, using a device
Maybe later. I know I have work to do.
that's gotta hurt. Don't it, Bubbles? This challenge is the
Well, that guy's got a chip on his shoulder.
laughter. I hate my job.
Trash. Huh.
That Cobbs, he's very disappointed in the fact that MEPHONE4 is taking time for himself, even though he did complete all the tasks, or we think he did. We have no idea. Probably not. He's kind of lazy. Anything that MEPHONE4 likes and it isn't related to like continuing his work is pathetic and shouldn't be happening because only his work matters. Which, as a child, if you grow up with someone that's like that, it's not going to make you like it's not going to put you in a mental state of where you'd like be doing things or taking things well, as we can see with like any little thing that happens with MEPHONE4 throughout the series. It's just very like, rah, oh my gosh, it's very like spanned around, and it comes from how Cobbs treated him when he was in his youth, and even then he's still in his youth. If you think about it, MEPHONE4 was created as a child, so like even though he has the father of Adam Kadz's voice and sounds like a really old, like mature person, he's not. He's a kid. Even Cobbs calls him that when he's talking to Suitcase and Knife in the one scene where he's telling them that he made him, that he is a kid. He's still young, and having someone this young go through like legit shaking and like things just having an absolute murderer of a father, as like once you're like obsolete, he just will throw you aside and say that you don't matter, which is legit what he says here in the episode. He's like, the one thing that makes you stay away from just being an obsolete and like useless phone.
I heard what they said, you know, that this would take the alien life out of you. Like you'd ever let that happen. Everything that made you special. No, the one thing that keeps you from being just a worthless, outdated phone. It'll just go away.
Making him feel almost his entire life as if all he is obsolete, just an out-of-date piece of trash, which, I mean, technically he would be with technology, but it just, as a person with an actual human mind, or like a mind that relates to human with sentience, that's gonna leave a mark on you. And yet again, we have to take everything in this show as something we do from a child's eyes, because, you know, it's made for children. And everything's not going to be super serious. So if we look at different events, so let's just say the event with Cobbs and Paintbrush making a painting of Cobbs. He ends up getting super angry about it, even though he didn't even tell Paintbrush why. But we can see how uncomfortable that it makes him feel. Just the look of Cobbs himself is the thing that makes him uncomfortable. Not even like the figure itself. It's the look that Cobbs has in the painting. That's the part that makes him uncomfortable, which means something as just a simple glare or a look from someone reminds him of how bad his father was, or father type figure was. Another thing that you can see through the clips that I'm about to play again, let me just
Hello. Your name is MEPHONE4, and I am Steve. Steve Cobbs. Now that you're fully functional,
I put the unctional in functional.
it's the fun. The fun in function. Well, we can work the humor, buddy.
Ow.
Now, you may feel nervous about your assigned tasks here, but that's a byproduct of your highly advanced emotion emulator and...
Hey, got any snacks?
MEPHONE4, you are my most current and state-of-the-art creation. That doesn't need food. Rest assured, I have the means to protect you. Performance isn't quite optimal. There are definitely some bugs. Plus, I always did like that red.
Mr. Cobbs, I did it.
Don't sneak up on me like that! Sorry. Listen, you're improving. So let's keep it that way. Okay?
Hi. Are you on?
Please, cops, don't.
What?
Please, cops, don't. Please, cops, don't. Please, cops, don't. Please, cops, don't.
he brings them to the world with this big vision of, you are the state-of-the-art phone that everyone will love and they can do great things. But it very, very, very quickly turns into a, you're obsolete and I can't stand you type thing, as we can see from, I really love the red implies that he was talking about MEPHONE4S, which means that the second that a new product was made that was even just looked better or was a little better than MEPHONE4, he threw him aside and started treating him like trash. Imagine for a second that's you. That is you in that room. And the second that, like, imagine you're the phone, and then, like, the next year comes, and the new iPhone 17 comes out, and, like, you are an obsolete piece of trash. They throw you aside, turn you in, and you get traded into, like an old grandma or something, whatever it is, or, like, you just maybe put it in trash, just completely recycled, and turn to nothing. How would that make you feel? Bad? If it doesn't make you feel bad, then that's sad. I'm joking, I promise. MEPHONE4 was treated his entire life as a legit object. I mean, even though he's an object show, and he was literally treated like an object, not even like in a relationship or something, or just like So he was treated as an object from literally the second he was born. Not even like into it or like the millisecond he was even booted on. It was, hello, I am your creator, you are my object, and now do things for me. You can even see in the background, there's a thing that says tasks on it, which means the second he was booted up, it was like, hello, get to work. There was no childhood for MEPHONE4, it was just getting programmed on and doing the tasks that he was told. Which one thing too is that if someone is not able to properly develop in their childhood, like the basic skills of empathy or just emotions or even living their life as it is, that's going to make them either like have a problem in life, be maybe like not as mature, maturity levels going down, different things like that. Which you can see throughout the series. We can see that MEPHONE4 snaps on people pretty easily or just doesn't handle stressful situations in any way that a grown adult, or at least if someone of his age in this type of universe, should. Because he wasn't raised, he was like, just, I don't even know how to explain it. You get it though. I mean, you might be having the same argument of, well, but the objects did the same thing. They were blipped into the world, but they weren't blipped in the world with the fact of this. They were blipped in the world with their set of problems that a normal human would have, but they weren't raised incorrectly because they weren't raised. They were just blip added. Now I'll be making videos about, I'm gonna make a Is He Justified video and Are They Justified video. So don't worry, it's not gonna just be MEPHONE. I'll be talking about the contestants too. But for now, we're gonna focus on him. The things that you can see through the series of like him developing, he didn't have, like, actually no, just think about this too. I know that the seasons look horrible in the beginning and then look amazing now because it was Adam Cad's like getting better at animating and getting a new team and different things like that, but how they ended up showing it in the series is that it was MEPHONE4 developing his skills. He didn't develop his skills with a parent or a guide or anything like that. He developed the skills by himself, which means anything he learned was by himself. It was not taught, it was not like gifted, it was just him figuring it out all on his own. Which for some people that works, but for others it comes with different problems, such as, you know, having a way less, like having a way worse stress tolerance, or taking any little thing that comes to them super badly because it's just not how they're put together correctly. Which is very, like, reasonable considering, you know, what he was been through as a child. Not to mention, he does everything to shut that Cobbs out of his life. He does anything to get everyone away from him, as you can see from MEPAD, and anytime he even thinks that someone could be having liability to bring him back in his life, he pushes them away, as he did Toilet in that one episode. He is so desperate to get away from his past, and it just keeps coming back onto him, that makes it so bad in his brain, like, to even, like, process anything, because even once he gets his memories back and has the ability to process it, he decides to make a new season, leave everything else back in the dirt, and just try to forget everything again without actually losing the memories. The only person that's ever talked to him like that has been Tu. Like, give this man some therapy. You even see in the one episode, like, from the clip I took from the little title part, is that, like, it was from the episode where Fan gets eliminated and he's like, all right, time to go, come on, to the portal. It shows how even if there is a little bit of conflict, he doesn't care. He wants to shut it down. Everything that was conflict that even relates to how it was back in his childhood is an automatically no. No, it's not happening. Not to mention, anytime he sees something where like someone gets upset about it, their loss or whatever he's gonna say, he pushes out anything that could remind him of what happened to him as he was a kid, which yet again is completely fair. It was traumatizing and didn't let him develop how he actually should, which means, especially as a computer program, like, he's not a normal person, he's a computer program. Or even, like, he's the computer that is programmed. You get it, though. It's horrible for someone, and in MEPHONE's 4 case, he isn't justified, but there isn't anything to justify him. He isn't anything because he wasn't able to develop as anything. He's just a whole bunch of different mistakes made by things that created him, aka Cobbs, that doesn't know how to present itself in a correct way. We do see some character development in how he says my loss in that one clip.
The one thing that keeps you from being just a worthless, outdated phone, it'll just go away.
My loss.
instead of saying everyone else's loss, he allows the rest of the contestants free, showing character growth, and now he has a friend. He has MEPHONE4, or MEPHONE3GS, or I forgot what it was. Now, this does not mean he was justified. He isn't very justified. He's not the best character, and there's no reason to immortalize him like the one camera does, but that doesn't mean that he was all bad person. He just didn't know how to show any emotion other than anger or not caring for anyone, because it's not how he was raised.